Pinot Noir. The winemakers who make it deserve a medal or plaque or at least a pat on the back because it's one of the most difficult grapes to grow for a couple reasons. It's prone to a lot of mutations while it's here on the vine. Some of these mutations are good. We like Pinot Blanc, Pinot Meunier, you probably know Pinot Grigio, all members of the Pinot family. But the real problem is the thin skins that Pinot Noir has. See, these are extra susceptible to mold, rot, mildew, anything under the sun. Literally the sun. It can get sunburned. Pinot Noir also has notoriously low yield. It doesn't produce a lot of grapes, so winemakers don't have a lot of leeway. It needs a nice, long, cool, dry growing season. But when winemakers do it right, it's really fantastic. It's silky and supple and smooth and elegant. It produces red fruit flavors in the realm of pomegranate and cranberry. Cherry's a big one. But it's with age where Pinot Noir really shines. Think barnyard, truffle, mushroom, dried meats, dried leaves and earth. Really everything under the sun, that's what's so cool about it. Now I talked a little bit about how Pinot Noir has thin skins. And because of this, it doesn't have a lot of tannin. Now tannin is that element in wine that kind of dries out your mouth and give it a bitterness. Because the tannins are low, Pinot Noir doesn't necessarily need food. It's great to drink on a Tuesday afternoon. But it also goes very well with a lot of food because it has high acid. It goes just as well with a steak as it does with chicken, and even pairs really well with salmon. That's one of the most famous pairings for Pinot. Chardonnay. Everybody loves Chardonnay because Chardonnay loves everybody. It's really versatile. It's grown in almost every wine region in the world because it likes any type of climate. In really cold climates like Chablis and Champagne, I'm talking really cold, it can produce wines that are very steely and minerally and high acid, crisp, think yellow fruits, lemon and green apple. When it gets a little warmer, you can get even to tropical notes like mango and pineapple. Now there's a big misconception that Chardonnay tastes like oak or Chardonnay tastes like butter. But those are actually winemaker decisions. Those aren't necessarily Chardonnay characteristics. See, a winemaker decides if he's going to oak his wine or if he's going to let it go through what's called malolactic fermentation, which, without getting a little nerdy, is when harsh malic acid turns into lactic acid, literally like lactate, and that's where you get those butter and those custardy flavors. It generally tends to be a medium to fuller bodied white wine. It's going to taste like minerals or fruit or have low acid or high acid, largely based on the region that it was grown. Speaking of where it's grown, it's usually grown with Pinot Noir. It's actually a pretty known fact that if a winery makes good Pinot Noir, they make good Chardonnay, and vice versa. And why is that? Well, if you have any uncles who are really into Ancestry.com, he could tell you Chardonnay is the daughter of Gouais Blanc and Pinot Noir. But the real reason is a place called Burgundy in France. See, Burgundy is a place that makes Chardonnay and Pinot Noir by law exclusively for hundreds of years. We tend to emulate in the New World what France does in the Old World. France is kind of like the Beatles of the wine world. It's arguable if they were the best, but they are definitely one of the first at what they do. And when climates match, we don't reinvent the wheel. And they're even sometimes blended together. Champagne is Pinot Meunier, Pinot Noir, and Chardonnay. Get the wine, full episodes, and more at viasforvino.com.